It's a very risky endeavor that they're engaging in here. I know they've been able to bring the Philippines on board kind of as the junior partner.
A trilateral security, defense, and military pact between the United States, Japan, and the Philippines may create a new security threats or thick security dilemmas in the Asia-Pacific region.
その日米フィリピンの3カ国というのはいろんな意味で分断作戦だというふうに思っていて。
And for the Philippines, in terms of their own national interest, this is really a kind of a suicidal move. You don't want to try and create a conflict between the U.S. and China because you're going to be on the front line. The Philippines, of course, have had a great deal of benefit from the Chinese cooperation in terms of the projects that had been planned. Now the U.S. is saying they're going to do all this. They're going to build these tunnels and build these bridges. We can't even build them in the United States. How are we going to expect to spend the money to build, to rebuild and reconstruct infrastructure in the Philippines?
It's a Cold War tactic and a narrower security-centric effort of the U.S. to preserve its hegemony and dominance in the Asia-Pacific region. It is also an attempt, actually, to contain, counter, isolate, and single out China. This would further intensify the already polarized global power dynamics and world order, creating mutually exclusive power blocs with alliances. Such polarization may hinder cooperation on global challenges that requires collective action such as climate change, global food security problems, or pandemics, escalating great power competition, rivalry, and bloc confrontation.
特に今回、バイデンは、次の選挙で勝つかどうかわからないというような状況の中で、東アジアとそれから東南アジアの両方にくさびを打ち込もうとしている。で、さらにそれが軍事力とそれから経済の両方の問題で中国を封じ込めようとしているというところで大変危険なのだと思います。ただ言っておきたいのは日本国民は全くそれを望んでいるわけではなくて日本国民の多くはやはり中国と一緒にやっていきたいと思っている人たちが多いということです。
China's policy has always been that of win-win solutions. Problem is that the United States does not want a negotiated solution of this. The United States wants to assert what it calls the rule of law, but the rule of law that it supports is really what it wants, what it interprets as the rule of law.
If you look at the trilateral pact, Japan and the United States are not even party to the conflict in the South China Sea. And in that sense, this country should not interfere in how the South China Sea dispute should be resolved. It should be resolved by Southeast Asian countries and China because these are the parties to the conflict. These other countries like Japan and the United States should not interfere because the more they interfere, the more the dispute becomes more complicated than what it already is.